Next, we can go to the developer guide. And we can make a note for input tag. List of input tags. List of input tags. List of input tags in HTML. We have one called text. Next, we have call number. Third, we have password. Fourth, we have email. Fourth, we have call email. Fifth, we have call text area. Sixth, we have password. Password we have written already. Sixth, we have select. Seventh, we have password. Eighth, we have video button. Ninth, we have file. 10th, we have buttons. In that, we have one button called submit. Second button we have called reset. Third button we have only button. Okay. So text for the text input. Text for the alphanumeric, number for only number, password for encrypted value, email to capture the email ID, text area for the multi-line text, select to choose from given option. Password again I have written 2 times. This checkbox I should write here. Checkbox. Checkbox and radio. Single line definition you can write. To ask alphanumeric. Alphanumeric value. Next we have number. To ask only number. Only number input. Next we have password. To ask secure value. To ask secure input. Email. To ask email ID with @ in domain name. Text area to ask multi-line input. To ask multi-line input. Select to choose from given option. Choose from given option. Checkbox to check to input via checkbox. One or many. One or many. Ask input from given option. Only one. File to upload. Upload to upload any type of file. Buttons. You can write here for synchronous call, or you can write for to submit the form. Input via form to clear the form. The last one is to clear the form. Functional using JavaScript. Last button we have written, it will be functional if you are using the JavaScript. These two are without JavaScript. Functional NAL. Functional using JavaScript. The first one you can write via form with JS or without JS. With or without JS. Here you can use JavaScript, or without JavaScript also you can use it. The submit button will work with JavaScript also, without JavaScript also. Last button need functional. To make it functional using JavaScript, the last button what you have written, if you want to make it functional, we have to use JavaScript. Middle button clear, we have written reset. It will help you to clear the input field. We'll create example many, we'll get idea on that. On internet, even we have idea when we clear the form, it clear the text box. That happens through the reset button. You can on the fan, first one. Then on it, yeah. Will run slowly. Okay, ready? Next, after that, we will create a file. So come to the HTML only, create a folder, separate folder, input elements, input elements. We will have a folder called input elements. Input element folder is ready. Now under the input element folder, we will create a next file called form1.html. 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 Under the input element folder, we will create a file called form1.html. One step can reduce the fine speed. So running little fast. One step you can reduce. Uh, hmm? Hmm? Under the input elements. Folder name is input elements. Under the input elements, we created the file called form1.html. Hmm? Input element is the folder name. Why HTML is required for that? Input element is the folder name. .html is not required. Inside that input element folder, you will create a file form1.html. Hmm? Folder you have to create. Do the right click here. Select the new. You will get option called folder. Under the folder, you will give the name. Create a folder here. Input element. Form1.html. File name form1.html. Form1.html. Folder name is input element. File name is form1. Okay. Come to the form1 file now. We will start from HTML. Under that, you will follow a body tag. And inside body tag, we will use one h1 tag. And we can write here HTML. input tags, input tags syntax, input tags syntax, like how to create the input tags. For that, basic syntax, basic understanding. So we have a tag called text, text, text. We can write here input type equal to text. This will be as an independent tag and inline tag. We will write like this: input type equal to text. Okay, written input type equal to text. If you run this file, one text box will appear. One text box will appear. Second, we can write as a password. Password. Here also we can write input type. Input type equal to password. One, the first text box will take the alphanumeric everything. Whichever we enter, it will be visible. In the second text box, we can enter anything, but it will not be visible. Call a password. It will look like a dot dot dot. All will look similar. As a dot 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 will appear. Okay, ready? Check now. We can run this file. It's like this. Text box, you enter anything. Password field, you can enter anything. It will look like dot dot dot. Especially to capture the secure data, we use the password. Input type is a password. Maybe people enter the OTP. People enter the password and kind of secure information. Now we can go here. We can write the next call number. It will take only number. Input type equal to number. It will take only number. Input type equal to number will take only number. Next we have call email. Input type equal to email. Input type equal to email. This is especially to capture the email ID with @ and then website name, then extension. All those should be together. Then only this input type equal to number will take your value. Now we can enter anything because it is not inside the form tag, it is without form. We can check once how that look. All should appear in one line. This is called the inline element. By default, it will not go to the new line. By default, it appears in the same line. We can write one next one. Or you can also follow like this. You can write here one H3 and under the H3 you can write this text. Input type equal to text. Text. We can write next one more H3. There we can write called password. After that, we can write one more S3 number. We can write one more S3 email. So there will be a heading for all the element which is for what purpose. Okay, hope written. Check now. This should look like this. All will come in the new line. Text will take the single line input. Password will also take the single line input. Number will also take the single line input. Email will also take the single line input. Enter key will not work here. You can't press the enter. It will go in the same line. We have next element for multi-line. That is called text area. H3 text area. Text area. Text area is a dependent tag. Text area open, text area close. Here we can enter the value in multi-line. Now text area will come little big text area. Yeah, multi-line input we can enter. It will go to the new line. Manually we can increase, but through code only we are going to fix the height and width. So it is for the multi-line input. Till here, text, password, number, email, all are single line input element. Here we can enter the multi-line, but in the email, you can't go for the new line. Number you cannot go to the new line. It's always in the same line. Go to the new line. Okay. Next we have called next H3 checkbox, or maybe you can write file upload. We can write here called file input type equal to file. Input type equal to file. So using this element, we can upload any type of file. We can upload any type of file. Okay, so hope we have added the type as a file, and it is giving option of browse. Browse or choose file. Once we click on that, it will allow to upload a file. That file can be anything. There is no any limitation in HTML. Through JavaScript or other language, we can restrict that. Yes, it should be only particular type of file on it. Come next. We have one more element called checkbox. H3 we can write checkbox. Checkbox. Checkbox is like this: input type equal to checkbox. Check and box, no space. We will give together. Suppose some name we have written here. Save now. Check multiple. Checkbox will come in one line. Checkbox is a single keyword. Input type equal to checkbox. Okay, multiple checkbox will come in the last. We can check one, we can check multiple. Come next. Let's write some BR in the last. So by default, there will be some gap in the last. End of the screen, some BR I have added so that the output will not touch the completely bottom section of the screen. It will be before this much of BR. Now write next call H3 radio button. Radio button. Here we have input type equal to radio. Input type equal to radio. You can write here some same value you can keep here. Node.js, Python, JS, okay. But radio button should allow to select only one. If you run now, you can select all. We have a limitation we need to apply. There is a property called name property. Using the name property, we can apply the restriction. Using name property, we can apply the restriction. Using name property, we are going to apply the restriction. So let me show you how the radio button look. Radio button will look like a small. See. Okay, so functionality why radio button use. Radio button says like you can select anyone from given option. Checkbox says like you can select multiple from here. For radio button, we have to apply the restriction now so that it should be able to select only one. We can go here under the code level. We'll give common name to all the radio button. There is a property called name. We are going to learn that why name we use. Now name property should have a common value. Anything. Suppose I give it a gender. Gender will not gender like books. Name as a books. Here everywhere we'll apply the books and books. Now it will not allow to select multiple. For checkbox also you can give the books same. In case of checkbox you can select multiple. In case of radio button you can select only one. For that purpose we use the radio button. Radio button for those scenario where out of multiple users should select only one. Checkbox for those condition where out of multiple user can select one or user can select multiple. Both should be open for user.
Sir, why should create a BR?
Why we given the BR? BR we are talking about.
Yes, sir.
Here I have given because when I am running the page, there is some space in the bottom. Can you see? After checkbox, radio button. If I will not give BR, this all the radio button will come very bottom of the screen. It will be difficult to read. So after radio button, I have given 6-7 BR. 6-7 time break will happen, and here huge space will come. So the radio button while selecting will not face the problem.
Sir, I have written a BR in one time written then.
One BR will give you one line break. If you write 3-4 times, it will give multiple line break. One enter key, look at here. When I enter key here, how many line break? One break. If I give 2 times enter key, how many line break? 2 line break. So one BR is equal to one enter key. Once you press the enter key, what will happen? The line will go to the new line. If you press 2 times enter key, what will happen? Line will go to the 2-time line break. Similar way, one BR it will give, then one line break will happen. It will go to the new line. If you give one more BR, it will go to a third line. If you give 10 BR, then what will happen? Line break will happen 10 times. More space will come. If I remove this BR, then what will happen is, I will remove this all BR, save the file, and then I will come to the browser. So there is some space here as of now in the bottom. If I refresh my page, you will find there is no space in the bottom. Space is there, no space. Radio button is coming complete in the last here. After that, there is no space in the bottom. So for that, what I did, I given some BR after radio button. Okay. So after radio button, some line break will happen. How many times? 6-7 times. So huge space will come while clicking on button. Will not face many problems. Okay, radio button is ready. How many you are able to select? Only one, because of name property. We are given the common name. So common name if you give, then browser will not allow to select similar name 2 times. Checkbox also is given the common name, but it have option to select. That is the difference between radio button and checkbox. Radio button we can select multiple. Sorry, checkbox we can select multiple. Radio button we can select only one. File we wrote, text area we wrote, all we wrote. Now we have option called select. H3. Right here called select. Then after that, write the select tag open, select tag close. Inside we can write option, choose. Select tag open, select tag close, option as a choose. In that choose, we can add here some more option. We can add one more option. We can add one more option. We can add one more option. Okay, so let's come now. The last it will show select drop down. Once you click on that, only two option is coming. Why? Okay. Two I have written option remaining. I wrote in the li. Also be option only. Li how it will come. Li will not come inside the option. Select. These all are option, 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 and option. These all are option only. Written. It will look like this. Multiple option will come in drop down. This is HTML basic structure. One more option you have. You can create one select OPT group. H3 select with OPT group. Select OPT group. Next, after that, you open one more select box. Close the select box. Go inside. Right call, again choose. Right next. OPT group. Under OPT group, we'll follow a label. Under the label, you can keep call maybe books. Okay. Laptop. This becomes a category name. This becomes a category name. LABEL label. Run that. There is nothing to explain. Once you run, will come to that. For option label is property. Now how it will appear in the browser after running only you will get to know. OPT group, collection of multiple options. In one OPT group, we can keep multiple options. Now, how we can keep? First, check this. You can see book, food, laptop, mobile, but you cannot select it. Okay, ready? Next, after that, come to the browser. See label how that look. When you click here, label will come bold. You can't select it. That is because main tagline. Now under the books we will add the item. Under the food we'll add the item that will be visible. Here also we have one select. This is normal text. We are able to select it. But in second one it is little bold. It is not normal text, bold. So it represents its parent. Parent you can't select. Now we are going to add inside some child. Under the book.
They're not getting bold.
Which is not coming.
Bold not.
OPT label, what is the spelling you have written?
OPT
Label spelling. Save the file and then check it. Are you able to select that?
No.
Yes. Now go inside, right call option. Option. Write some name. One option. Second option. Third option. Fourth option. Fourth option. Okay, check now. Under the books, whichever you have written under the book category, OPT become as a parent element. Now option become as a child element. Before the list of the books, we will see a headline called book. On the click of the book, this all option will come where we can select anyone. So that is well how to group multiple options together. See, when I click here now, book we cannot select, but the name of the book is there that we can select. So books become as a category, whereas this all become as a their sub element. Similar way, you can go for the remaining OPT group and add one or two options. The first option we added milk, and one more option we added option. Okay, can add anything. This is under the second OPT group. You will find under the food category two element, two values. Milk rice under the books category, so many items. Come down. We'll go to the next option, laptop. One option we can add here from HP. One more option we can add here. That is called something Lenovo. In mobile, okay. In mobile, we can add two options. Maybe something. Add one more option. Now under each category. So suppose you have this many options. You have 4 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. 2 to 4 to 6 plus 4, 10. 10 option we have. If you are displaying all the 10 options together without any category, it will look like mix-up. Now what happen is all the options, which option you are displaying, you categorize it. So all the books one side, food item another side, laptop in one list, mobile in another list. So when the people will come to the page, he will not have to search here and there. He can see block wise. Okay, this is for the books list, this is for the food list, this is for the laptop list, and this is for the mobile list. They can access the content easily.
That is not disturbed.
In laptop, one li I have added. We need to add one option here. Okay, hope ready. Now come and check once. It should be categorized proper now. So we can see here under the mobile is to laptop to food to plus books display. So this way when we display the lot of content to the user, we should not mix all together. Category wise we can display and that will happen based on this. That is called OPT Pro. OPT Pro. Label property will help you to create a headline. And under the headline, now how many options we want to display? That all OPT option we have to add and then it will display. Last you can add buttons. H3. Buttons, 3 buttons we can add here. One button we have that is called submit. One more button we have reset and button. So how we can differentiate it, how we can make it different? We can write like this. There is a property called type. Type equal to submit. Type equal to reset. 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 Type equal to button. Type equal to button. Okay, 3 button came, but 3 button will be functioning different based on type. We have to add some more tag, then this submit will work in different way, reset will work in different way, and after that button will work in different way. Okay, so hope ready. Next, after that, we need to use this all the tags and design properly. This is just syntax. In that there is so many properties. For one text box, you have many property value. Those all we need to see and understand how that works. Okay, let's go ahead and see here. Create the next file. Next file, write form2. Form2.html. In that we will use some table tag and this input tags. Both will combine together. So we'll come to the HTML next file. Form2.html, you can create the next file. Inside, create a table now. Table. Table will have a property align center and cell padding. somewhere 10. Caption H1 contact us. So heading will come little big font size. Come down, write a TR, TH. TH full name. Next one TD. Next one TD. Input type equal to text. Input type equal to text. Input type equal to text. Down. Next write one more TH. Email ID. Email ID. Next TD. Input type equal to type equal to email, not text. Type equal to email.
For input, I will need to forward slash.
Slash is required, else it will throw the error in your Angular. It will not give slash, it will say like input tag is open but not closed. And that error will come like template parsing error in Angular. Template parsing error. Without Angular and React, without slash is okay. But if you are merging with the Angular and React, then slash is compulsory with all the independent tag. VR, HR, IMG, all the input tags should have a slash in the last. Else it will say template parsing error. Template parsing error will come.
దేంట్లో వచ్చినావా ఏడ మరి బాబాయ్య ఏమైందంత పిన్నే పెద్ద స్టోరీనా
Okay. Check now. Run this file. It will create a two input field, email and password, and it will be well aligned.
నేను కూడా ఈరోజు
Alignment is happening because of table. Alignment is happening because of table. Go next. Add the next year. That is called phone number. Input type equal to number. TD. Input type equal to number. Okay, ready? Check now. 3 text box will be ready. Next, we can add one text area. Next year, we will add the th again and use here for text area. The message, not text area. We can write here message. We'll follow the TD. Input, not input. It should start from the text area. Text area open, text area close. You can write here a property called calls. Using calls property, you can increase the width of text area. Calls give 30-40. Rows will help you increase the height. Calls will help you to increase the width for text area. Because the property of text area that will increase the width of text area. Value we have to give in number. That 10, 12, 13, 14. By default, you have to increase manually. Remove calls and then see how much is coming. Apply the calls and then see what is coming. Without calls property, what is the width? After adding the calls property, what is the width? Similar or different? Calls equal to 30 are given. It's little bigger. Let increase to 40. 40. Bigger. Calls. Next property called rows to increase the height. ROWS, rows. Give 10. It will increase the height of text area. Anything? Increase height and width. Still there is option you can increase, decrease manually also. But via code how to increase? That is using the property called rows for height purpose and calls for width purpose. This all you will not use if you follow the CSS. In CSS we have height and width property. Using that we can increase, but without CSS, how to increase the height and width of text area, that is called calls and rows property. Now come down. We need to add one checkbox. Here TD. This TD should take full width. So for that, call span 2, because everywhere we have 2 columns. THTD combination we have. So we are given call span 2. Okay, now right inside input type equal to checkbox. Input type equal to checkbox. Checkbox, and there is a property called checked. Checked. If you apply the checked property, by default it will be checked. Okay. Then you will write in the last, I am agree on terms and conditions. Ready? Check now. You will get a checkbox saying like I am agree on terms and conditions. Next, below to that, you will create one TR. TDY we have written here. Why not TH? TD we have written because it should start from the left side. It should start from the where? Beginning. TD by default it will start from the left. At the same place, if you follow the TH, then it will come in the middle. That will look somewhere odd. Now next we need to add here one th call span 2, call span 2. Now why th is added here? Because this also going to cover the same width, full width, but th will print in the middle. Th by default come in the center. We wanted button should appear in the middle. Button send a message. Send message. Next, after that, on click equal to now on click is not required here. Type we have to mention. Type equal to submit. Submit. And one more button you can add here. Type equal to reset. Type equal to reset. We can write here clear on. Clear will not happen still because we have not used the form tag. To make it clear, we have to use the form tag.
लैंग्वेज सेटिंग मेरी बदल गई है सर, थोड़ा बता दीजिए लैंग्वेज सेटिंग कैसे ठीक करूं?
Hello.
सर लैंग्वेज डिफरेंट हो गया है सर, लैंग्वेज थोड़ा सेटिंग में जाके बता दीजिए सर। लैंग्वेज वन नोटपैड प्लस पे कैसे ठीक करें?
Notepad plus
सर लैंग्वेज इन हिंदी हो गया है सर, लैंग्वेज हिंदी में हो रहा है, मेरा नोटपैड पे लिखा रहा है सर।
language chip. No, somewhere will be setting. Here is the language.
सर एच पे HTML
You can remove Notepad and install again. Language where to change, I don't know. Language by default will come English only. You can remove that, uninstall and again install. Maybe English will come. That way you can try. I can't see any option here. Where is the language option? Maybe in settings it will be. Setting preferences. Under the settings preferences, maybe they have option for language. Language is here. Language is there, but this is the like the which language we are going to write about. It is not for the this our language. It is about the technology. So it is for the technology, not for Hindi English. Better you remove that and install again. That may help you. Okay. Remove that and install again. That will help you. Okay, so hope working. Subhasis, I have sent you my WhatsApp number 87924 62607. 87924 62607. In that WhatsApp, send your this one email ID and this one email ID and number.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
WhatsApp you can Ping me, we'll add you in the group.
Sure, sir.
You have created the group, in that we'll add you. Okay, then we'll see you tomorrow again. Tomorrow we'll attend the class and then I'll give you some photos as a assignment after tomorrow class. Okay, you can try whenever you have the time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this look like this. So this way we will create 4-5 pages. In this you saw as of now one property, two property, rows and columns, rows and columns. Similar way for one text box we have 7-8 properties. Their type, their size, their max length, their values, many we have. Those we required as a developer. So those we will be making the notes and will implement tomorrow. We'll create different pages, different design of pages, plus we will, in each page, we will add 2-3 new property. So while creating 6-7 pages, you will have somewhere 20-30 property you will have. Using that, you can manage the work easily.
When we will get links.
YouTube link already have uploaded all videos. Group is created, no? Already.
WhatsApp with it.
Okay. So we will send you the link to them. Already videos are there. I uploaded all videos. Playlist is also ready. Email ID you have given